Oh! Testing. Okay. Hooray! Finishing up my dinner here. Hydrated. And yeah, let's see if I can actually hear myself. I can, in fact, hear myself on Twitch at the very least. So, yay! Pardon me. All right. So we're back. Back to live streaming Ludum Dare games. Definitely looking forward to this one again. Need to figure out a way to make myself comfortable here. My chair is in a weird swivelly spot. Alright. So... we have our submission form here. Let's take a quick transition. What's going on? Huh. Let's try that again. Yeah, see, that looks right. Alright. Cool. So let's see if anyone is in the chat already. I see myself, Griff Kuba, Captain Infro, and Stream Elements. Oh, Captain Fro is right there. So, yeah, fine. Pardon me. The streaming policy here in our group is that we usually stream the games that viewers in the chat are actually here for, so that we can actually get some real-time feedback. But that if there's, if there are multiple people on, then we go in order of submission. So I see Let's Eat Grandpa, same thing, is in, so we should probably jump right to that. A fun game about the importance of commas. Sure. Okay, Let's Eat Grandma. I hope you enjoy my game. A fun game about the importance of commas. In this quirky game, you control a tiny comma creature and fling it to the correct spot in a sentence. Will your punctuation save Grandma or turn her into a tasty snack? With 7 levels to challenge your grammar skills, aim for the perfect center and discover just how much a single comma can change the meaning. Every level puts your punctuation precision to the test. Okay. Mouse, aim and fling the comma. R is to retry. All right. It's a Unity game. Let me know how the audio sounds. Am I loud and clear? I'm hearing music, since I made it really quiet. Do we want to make that louder? 5 decibels is hardly discernible, but let's see what happens. Okay. Oh, there's a menu. Resume music. Max. Sound effects. Let me revert that back to my negative 25 decibels. Oop. Okay. We gotta try let's... Okay. I like the changing, the pitch shifting. I like the physics too. I like the randomized pitch shifting of the music, or the sound effects of the comma saying "wee." It helps. We hear you great. Maybe a bit louder for the music. Haha, perfect. Uh, man, man bacon makes everything taste good. All right. What are you using to detect, like, whether there is motion? Oh, okay, the top of the screen counts. Interesting. Oh, there's actual... Way to go. No more. No more wine? You're doing great. Okay. Yeah, what are you using to detect whether... I just used physics system. Yeah, okay, so you're using that to kind of detect the velocity, and if the velocity is close to 0, then I guess you just say, nope, you're not... You don't count. Come on, you can make it. What is this game called? This game is called Let's Eat Grandma. Oh, come on, that was perfect. Come on, Box 2D. Oh no. What? Why did that not count? Boo! Most of the time travelers plan ahead. Most of the time travelers plan ahead. Most of the time travelers plan ahead. Most of most of the time travelers plan ahead. Most of the time most of the time travelers plan ahead. Hmm. Maximize. Okay. Ah, come on. I don't think getting it in between most and time is all that... Oh, wait. That's interesting. Darn. I kind of want dust particles every time there's a collision. I love cooking my dog and my family. Ah, this is missing the Oxford. You can press R to reset faster. This is missing the Oxford comma. Maybe I can go this way? Darn. Look at that! Amazing! One shot! Bull, game over, true. Oh, screw you. Thanks for playing! That was adorable! Sure, let's play again. I do like that transition. That's very clever design. Cool. So, yeah, what was like the inspiration behind this? I was just curiosity. But, ah, so I was looking for less trivial tiny creatures, and for some reason I thought of this little comma. Cool. That's a good enough reason for me. Also, I'm not a good artist, so having most of the RB letters help me here. I love it. Just finished. Yeah. Cool. Oh, right. It's a web player. Right. The quit button in the web player does weird things. Do not recommend. Cool. I should. Oh, for users with non 16 by 9 aspect ratios, I recommend playing the web version without full screen mode to ensure the game functions correctly. Interesting. Um, stuff. Yes, I should comment and say stuff. Um, yeah, it's cute. Oh, this was a compo, so 48 hours. Makes sense. Um, I mean, I feel like fundamentally it just feels like a golf game, right? Where like a mini golf game where you try to kind of putt for like a specific location. Or another example would be Angry Birds, right? So coming from a mechanical perspective of say Angry Birds, um, some of the difficulties I've had was figuring out what the boundaries were for the letters themselves. Like I was kind of surprised that the game had a ceiling collider at all. So yeah, there's a bit of an weird obstacle course and trying to discern what the heck you're supposed to do with it. I feel like that was a pretty significant challenge. Um, you have like this guiding circles in there, very useful. Um, was could have you? I felt like it could have been Longer? Maybe there's like a difficulty level you could add in to make it longer for easier difficulties and so forth. Just throwaway ideas at this point. Presentation is pretty excellent. It's all text, of course, but like, everything is legible, readable, using what looks like Times New Roman. Good font. Uh, Obviously, the audio I found was very adorable. The music is fine. I like it. Um, yeah, like play wise, presentation wise, it was fairly simple and easy to understand what the heck was going on. Um, I don't have too many complaints about it. I guess for me, like obviously it being a compo game, it felt both simultaneously short, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but also like really simple and lacking in depth that made it feel like I could play for a longer time either. So I don't know how I feel about this. Um, if the intent was to make like a one and done game, it did it. And obviously there's a bit of a comedy in the sentences themselves, like man bacon, or time travelers. So I like the humor behind that. Um, yeah, presentation, great. Gameplay, simple but works. Um, no real complaint, no immediate complaints other than I could use a little bit more complexity. Um, some levels were oddly hard because you had to squeeze the comma in between two lines, and I never knew how to deal with that specific problem. Um, so I think a little bit of polish in the level design side of things could have been useful. It may have not made a lot of sense in context, but I definitely would like to see like double spacing, right, in between each new line. So that could have been a little more useful, and made the game a little more gameplay. Like the gameplay would make it a little easier to deal with. Physics was fine. It's Unity physics. It's box 2D after all. Um, yeah, no, I enjoyed it for the short time that I played. It's really good. All right, we've got one entry down on the list. Thanks for the feedback. I would have definitely polished it more and added levels before before jam, and was my first solo jam, and I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, I think you should be. It's pretty good. I didn't notice that there is a new entry in here, but let's see if there was any previous streamers, previous watchers. As a sprite, Metrico Dev does not appear to be here. Interesting. Um, well then, I guess the next game is going to be Critter Conflict. Um, oh, there's quite a lot going on right here. Okay, I believe the comments said, suggest using the EXE version. Fine. Whoop, whoop. Download now. No, just take me to the downloads. Download. Um, yes, in this folder. Uh, Extract. Do it. And it's a Godot game. Cool. All right, let's actually read through this. Once upon a time, in a magical forest, there lived a goblin village. One day, the protectors of the forest told the goblins to stop hunting the woodland creatures, but the goblins weren't happy about this, so they sent you, Sheem, to negotiate with them. WASD to move, space to jump, E, enter, or space to select. Left click to shoot, right click to throw A Molotov cocktail. S- Spoilers. Okay. We're going into extreme territory here. Oh no! Yeah, let's run it anyways. Let's go to credits! Oh, I like that transition. Darn, we already made it to the end. Look at that amazing speed run. Spirit Programming, Dinosaur Art, and Scrum Blob did the music and sound. Cool. Alright, let's start with this. Once upon a time in a magical forest full of large and tiny creatures, there lived a goblin village famous for its farming and hunting. Hmm. One day, the protectors of the forest told the goblins to stop hunting the woodland for animals. The goblins weren't happy about this. Hmm. This is a metaphor. So they decided to send their strongest hunter, Shiem. We don't hear the music. Equipped with his trusty rifle. It's time to negotiate. Um, Give me a minute. There's a discussion about the inability to hear music. So what's going on is that the music is just really, really quiet. Can you hear the music now? I'm gonna dock it down ever so slightly. That is not ever so slightly. That's half decibels. How's the music now? Especially compared to my voice. Good. Okay. What? This log was wiggling. Darn. Oh, E is to enter. Okay. Ow. Well, what happens if I die? Okay, Wi-Fi signal. Cool. You died. Return to map. Okay, so I didn't realize that E or enter, because I tried left clicking, that didn't do anything, so... Oh, ouch. Ow. Ooh. The red... Ow. The red hit frames is a little distracting in my opinion. Ah, the frog. Ugh. I don't know how to deal with a frog, darn it. No! Okay. Ooh. Darn, There. I dealt with the frog. Kinda would've liked to know that you can actually just jump through these platforms and just like having to actually move it left and right for it. But oh well. Oh wow. We did it. Whoa. What? What? What was that? Oh. Oh, you know, I just noticed all the stats are off screen on my computer. Because I was wondering where my health bars are at. Oh, ouch. Oh. Oh, oh. Yeah, keep doing that. Ask and I shall receive. Oh, okay, cool. Oh. I'll try this boss next time. Oh, ouch. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Okay. Getting some real Cuphead vibes here. No, 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 no. Okay, cool. Ha! All part of my dastardly plan. That counted? What? Ooh. Okay. Cuphead was a major inspiration. Oh, right. Chris, do you happen to still have moderating powers? Because if we need to send out the link to the forum, then that has to be done by the moderator. Yeah, okay, pardon. We have a request for the link to the forum. Please submit the game in the forum. I know you and Moses actually regularly attends, so they know how that process works. Cool. Oh. How do you work? Okay, that's how you work. kind of tight. Oh. Oh. Well, that was on me. Ow. Ow. King Crab. Okay, well, so far, so good. Gotta keep my legs dancing. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh no! Whoop, 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 whoop. Ow! Walked into that claw, yeah. I did in fact do that. I have to ask why the stash is the, you know, the collision box here. Oh! Stellar jumps. Can I actually jump off? No, I can't. Okay. Whoa! Did not see that coming. Oh no! Ah! Okay. What? Tried to needle my way through that. Oh, jump! Jump! I feel like the bullet sound kind of gets really repetitive after a while. And it's not like it's not randomizing the clips. I can tell that it's trying to randomize a bit, but it doesn't. I don't know. I feel like there's too little of it, so it gets a little annoying to me. Ah! Oh no! The end! We killed everyone! Hooray! I guess that happened. Alright. I guess I can start talking about the game. What was it? Alt F2? There. Alright. Quicker, shorter, easy to do. Neat! Classic Ludum Dare ending. Yes, it is. It happens all so suddenly. Let's mark this as finished and done. Yeah, thoughts about the game. I mean, as I was playing it, you've heard all the criticisms that I had, but let me start with the positives. Um, The I think that the absolute what absolutely stood out to me was the graphics. The art is excellent. Um, no complaints there. There were places where I feel like the animation just kind of broke a little bit in the seams. The specific like arm movement while your Shiam is firing is a little weird, I've noticed. Doesn't quite register. But, it's functional. I'm not really paying attention too much to the character when I'm trying to just weave my way through all the obstacles and everything. The so I think just a slight bit of work with the animation, a little bit of rework on it worked. Could have been used. I can understand it's a game jam game, chicha jam game, so you know there was a limited amount of time and you did what you could, and I think it worked well. Uh, oh no, someone did notice the wacky arms. You're the first person to comment on the arms. um, the what I was really impressed by was the tells of the bosses. Like it's easy to make a hard, shooter, right? Um, but it's hard to make a fair one, in my opinion. And this game does a really good job of feeling fair because there are always clear visual tells on what move the boss is going to do and what you need to do beforehand to avoid that attack. So like there's a very good like Dark Souls slash Cuphead feel to it where it's like, oh, I need to like pay very, very close attention to every single little move and details that the boss does. And like that's good. That made the experience really excellent to me. Um, so when it comes to like criticisms I had, where I thought that the red flashes anytime you hit an enemy was really annoying to me. It's because I'm paying so close attention to the boss itself, right? That the sudden flash, um, really like made it nauseous for my eyeballs. If that makes any sense. Um, Maybe the damage effect in the crab closer to its normal color. It was hurting my eye. Yeah, exactly. It was hurting my eyes as well. Practically for all bosses, because again, I'm paying very close attention to every single move that they're making. I don't need to repeat that twice. Um, there were, I don't know. I have feelings about the movement of the character, just their speed, walking speed in general. Um, is not as fast as I would like. This is nitpicky. Honestly, it's just an opinion of mine. I personally would have liked it faster, slightly. Honestly, very slightly. Um, for the most part, the bosses were attacks were designed with that movement in mind. So, to be clear, I'm being nitpicky here. It's not really a huge complaint when it didn't actually prevent me from beating the game itself, right? um, let's see, what else? I've already mentioned the gun firing. Um, the gun firing sound effects is really, really repetitive. I've mentioned that um, there seems to be a technical bug on my end of things. This is a 1920 by 1080 screen resolution, and yet the health bar and a Molotov cocktail indicators seemed off screen. Like you can barely see it, just being cut off the bottom of the screen itself. That looks bad, in my opinion. Um, No, yeah, I made a mistake. I just noticed I never had the correct stretch mode. I'm sorry for that. Okay, got it. Um, like I don't blame you for having technical problems. Bugs happen. Um, it was just annoying that I couldn't see it for an obvious reason. Let's see what else. Um, oh, so I didn't really make a comment on the music. Specifically for me, it was really dialed down. The music was really quiet, and I didn't have to boost it per se, because usually Ludum Dare musics are really loud. But in this case, I just thought it was really quiet, so I couldn't hear it at all. Um, Even taking that into account, I don't know. I feel like I'm sort of used to the JRPG boss music standard, and it didn't quite meet that specific expectations, if that makes any sense. It's a little, um, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a little melancholy than it is. It's not supposed. Oh no, no, pardon me. That's not the comment. It feels a little melancholy than it is hype, if that makes any sense. Maybe that was the intent, but I felt like for a boss rush game, you want to make the music hype. True, but so the comment says, to be frank, we are the villain. I feel like it's possible to make a hype music while also making it melancholy at the same time. Um, Near and Near Automata, which I know is an unfair comparison to make, but like Near and Near Automata absolutely nails a melancholic boss music, if that makes any sense. Um, Battle of the Ancients, I think it's called, uh, is like an excellent melancholic boss music where it's super duper hype. Um, but especially when the vocal kicks in, you're like, oh, this is kind of sad actually. um, yeah. Oh, uh, Shadow of the Colossus manages it too. The fights where they feel tragic, but also hype. Um, this specifically the alligator frog attack. So fine, like I figured out a way to dodge it, but I'm wondering, especially any um attacks where the attack is like not homing but is aiming towards the player. Um, the location on where the firing is made, I feel like makes it difficult for me to register how to dodge. If there were more either practice sessions to be able to deal with that, or if the frog was kind of like positioned in a more maybe above higher location that makes the trajectory easier to see, register, and determine where you should move. That would have been nice. Similar problems with the seeds coming out from this hawk, um, as well. I felt like those were rather difficult for me to figure out the best dodging mechanism. The case in particular really required me to start off on the right side of the screen and move all the way to the left. So it became like a really strange strategy to fight against the boss itself. So I don't know how to change that. I don't I, like it's more about either having platforms or more maneuver space for me to like be able to know how to deal with that situation a little better, if that makes any sense. Yeah, the bird has been said to be our most difficult boss. Yeah, makes sense. Cool. That was nice. We have played that, and let's check out what our next game is going to be. So is Metrico Dev on? Yes, Metrico Dev is in fact on. Blob to the top. Ah, yes, leave the page. All right, this looks like Locoroco. If the web version is lagging, try the native one. Was there anything? Try the browser version. However, if it lags, download the native 1.2 instead. This game relies heavily on GPU shaders, which is a reason why browser versions can lag. Okay. Ah, hold off on that for a minute. We gotta read. Once upon a time, there was a lush cave with cute little blobs lived happily. Where cute little blobs lived happily. But one day, the cave started flooding all of a sudden. Will you help the blobs escape to safety? Why would I? Use your mouse to play. Hover over the blob, hold the left click and drag to charge a shot and release the left click to launch them. Hold right click to attract blobs to your mouse. Use the scroll wheel to scroll the level. Oh, okay. If you're stuck, use R. If you're up for a if you're up to a challenge, try to rescue as many golden blob as you can. They're special or something. Itch, um, requiring shared array buffers. Interesting. Cool. Oh, I should readjust the uh, screen volume so that you can actually hear me. All right, adjusted things. Oh, so their eyeballs are already following my mouse movement. Interesting. Uh, this way. There's some serious World of Goo vibes here. Neat. Alright, launch blobs. Hurry up, save the royal family. Interesting. Oh, neat. Yeah, die. Nice. Yeah, Lodge was one of the World of Goo was one of the main inspirations, but also Jump King. Sorry, I don't know why the auto moderation thought that the World of Goo inspiration comment was bullying. But yes. Anyways. Oh, what's going on here? Okay. Cool. Okay, so you can restart. Interesting. You're useless. I do like the audio a lot. Neat. Okay. Next level. 36 out of 25. And one gold one. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna save that gold one. I'm sorry. So far, like, everything is readable in this game. I like it. Yeah, screw that. We spent a lot of time on the audio and the visual effects. Makes sense. Nice. The polish is very good. The outline on all the platforms is very effective. Yeah, absolutely. Wooded ones are just for additional challenges. Okay, we just need to save 5, so whatever. Cool. That's all we have. Look at that. Look at that save. 5. Oh no. It has started. Oh. If I had to guess, there's a gold one up there. Yep, there is. There, see? We did it. We actually saved a gold one. Look at that. Look at that googly-eyed gold one. At the beginning we wanted to make the Jump King, but with multiple creatures, but one long level was too brutal for such gameplay, so we decided to split it into multiple levels and added water. At the end, we got something between a rage game and an arcade platformer when it comes to difficulty. Interesting. And it looks like it doesn't even start until like I actually do something, so that's cool. Yeah. Ah, go, go, go. Oh, hi. Oh, okay. That looks less fun to deal with. Um, yeah, I don't know how to deal with any of that. Um. Yep, let's restart this. Oh, okay. So we need to create sacrificial limbs. Cool. Do they actually stick onto that wall, or is it just... Oh, it's just really bouncy. Okay. Okay, well, now that I'm armed with that information, I can make some more informed decisions. What? Hmm. Alright, I need to actually decipher what the heck I'm supposed to do here. Because I'm not having any luck in that specific department. Like, do I do this? No, okay. Okay, so there's some luck I'm having here. Okay, so it looks like there needs to be some goose there. Filling up the space. Fine. Cool. Yeah. No! Alright, one of you. Cool! Good enough! Based on positive feedback we got so far, we decided to continue working on this game and release it as a full-fledged game. All kinds of feedback would be appreciated. That one! I feel like that could have been a better tutorial level if there was like more emphasis on the blue walling, because I felt like I didn't quite understand what it did. Uh, can I save this? Why does it say 40? Oh no. Darn. Okay. So, pay closer attention to that next time. I can use this. Ah. Oh, oh, you're a goner. Okay, well, that... I'm probably too worried about that. I wish there was some sort of, like, number to tell me how many blobs I need to actually weigh this down. Ah, wasted too much time on that. Hmm. Because, like, it's... So, needing to push the button in and of itself is not the worst part of this, right? Um, Although the fact that you have a pipe to just kind of troll there, and remove the blobs that you need is kind of annoying to me. Um, I understand the mechanic, but anyways. Why is that not enough? Like, I feel like I'm hitting a wall right here, precisely because mainly because the level doesn't allow a lot of wiggle room for making mistakes. Um, is it technically doable? Yes. Do I feel it's fair? Not nearly as much. Um, like the fact that the blob keeps, you know, getting off, rolling off of that hill is a little strange to me, and I don't quite understand why it's doing that. Maybe also the switch like requires a little too many blobs. Um, it's a lot for an earlier level, right? It says 7 is required, so this these last two should do the job. Right. Okay. For the bar that fill up. Yeah, there's some discussion going on here. I'm making this game, or making this specific level slightly easier. I can also see just like, the level itself is streamlining to go towards the right in this section. So if the button was also placed to the right, it would have been a little more easier to navigate, I feel. Because part of this game is also about like just dealing with loss and moving on. Um, okay, so that's not exactly the most efficient way of dealing with a problem, but okay. I can deal with that for now. It is already really difficult to get even 5 up there. Okay, well, that's it. You can move the right button too. That's the intended way to move small amounts of blobs. Sure. Why is that so? Is there a blob stuck in the ground? Why does that not count? Ah, what? So many whys. I'm already not feeling that one. Uh, okay, well, ish. Not feeling it. So, no. I do feel also like the little dial here being time-based makes this a lot harder too. Okay, there we go. That one was really hard. Oh, it's the blue wall one. Oh dear. It just says 10, so screw that. Okay. Oh. What, what am I supposed to do? Are you... And yeah, this game is stressful. We added in... Sure. Like, I get that. We can talk about taste of games later, but... Can we survive with just 3 of these? Oh. Cool. Oh no. What? How am I supposed to deal with this? That's right. Just you and me. Okay, well, that didn't quite work out as I have hoped. What happened there? That looked like it got stuck for some reason. Okay, well, that didn't quite work out. I'm not sure like this puzzle works, in my opinion. And I don't mean that in like a... Because like I get that, you know, I'm getting some pieces, some goos out here, but like it requires so much. There's such a small window of time for me to be able to launch any of these out of the um out of the cartwheel that I'm not entirely convinced that this works. Like I can't replicate it anymore. Um I can only get up to like 4 goos. The solution to the puzzle is not obvious, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. Okay. This feels like, if not the last level, the second to last level. I'm not even sure why I'm bothering because I know in this level I don't even bother to rescue the rest of the goose. Not gonna bother too much with the rest here. Yeah, that that propeller level part puzzle doesn't make sense to me. Um, Too difficult for its own good. I don't I don't understand this puzzle. It's a puzzle that requires scrolling too much, and the timing to like launch is way too small. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. Move on to the next particular level. Um, I think the concept is really good. The I don't mind. It would be interesting to have this game without the water versus with. Um, I don't mind the added challenge per se. It's fine, whatever. Added a subtle max power indicator for blob launches. Fix a bug where the restart button could overlap with a very subtle difficulty adjustment for level 4. Eye shaking is now frame independent. Various improvements to shader performances. Interesting. Mm. Um, I mean, obviously, I it just kind of like quit in the middle of the game, so a little too rage-inducing, I guess, so to speak. Let's start with the positives. The graphics, the controls are actually really good for the most part. Um, the part that I complain most about is the drag and click. Like the drag lets me know the direction, but it's the time when I release that determines the power. I feel that's a little unintuitive to me, and it creates some unnecessary difficulty when literally you're timed to beat the level. So I feel like that could use a little bit of tweaking. It would also be nice to be able to add in some, like, it's not if it's not great. I feel in the usability front as well, drag and drop. So adding in some sort of like time slowdown measure could really help. I think as well. The right click attract is a good move. That definitely helps a lot for just minor movements. So I think that was a very good choice. The the music and the sound is actually genuinely really impressive. It's hard to tell from probably this stream, but you know, it was engaging. The fact that all these, blobs seems to have personality because of the sound effects, as much as I was annoyed with them, were. So it worked in the favor of like I can easily see this being such an overwhelming experience where way too many blobs at the same time is complaining a lot. But it never felt like that. It never felt too much like a noise to me. Um, so some serious work has been done on balancing those sound effects out, and I have nothing but compliments for that. You already know about the level design and difficulty. There's some things that don't read. The number of blobs you need to press on a switch is seems really arbitrary to me. So some sort of indicator for that would have been nice. Um, the blue walls, having like an actual tutorial level going over what those blue walls do would have been really nice. Without it, it was just like a confusing thing, a level element that I had a hard time understanding how to take advantage of. Um, it the game having wonky controls itself feels like an intentional personality of the game and an intentional mechanic. Um, I think it would have been nice if there was some way to leverage the difficulty of the game in some way. So, for example, like you get a score based off of how many blobs you get to the pipe, right? So maybe you get like a D by plopping in 5, then a C with 10, so on and so forth. So it might be worth adding in some sort of like grade system to allow allow the game to be easier for players that are just barely figuring it out, which I admit I'm probably in more in that camp. And then for those that really want to overachieve, right, add in more, add in a grade system that that rewards players for going above and beyond. I do like the gold blobs. I just ended up ignoring them entirely. Um, but I do think that was useful. Our goal was to use time as a precious resource. Long holding for full power is intended to force players to make decisions if they want to lose time and use more powerful launches, or just small jumps to move blobs. It's part of the puzzle. Yes, but also the blobs roll. So, how do you deal with that? Do we have like time stop immediately as doing the whole, blob time based launches? Because if the blob is rolling, I'm sorry, I'm moving my strategy to something else entirely. If the blobs were more sticky, I think that would have been a different. I would have had a different problem entirely, where it had a much larger friction and didn't roll around too much. In which case, like, I would not be as concerned about um, adjusting. You can move the blobs with the right mouse button in the air. That's an intended mechanic used for parts if you just need small amounts. I think the reliance on the right mouse button for precise adjustments like that, specifically in the air, is neither intuitive nor like it demands a lot from the player's hand-eye coordination, right? And especially when the levels in particular are designed in a puzzle-like fashion, then the level design itself doesn't scream to me that timing is that sort of hands eye that sort of um, twitch reflex is necessary to beat said level. I don't know if that makes sense. Um, I mean, I don't think the game is bad. On the contrary, I think it's quite Uh, on the contrary, I think it's quite good. Um, I'm trying to think like it's a game that I feel is too difficult for me, if I'm to be honest. Um, and I'm not sure how much I'm willing to engage with its difficulty as a consequence, at least towards the end. Um, and I didn't feel like they were difficult in the sense that the puzzles were difficult. I thought it was difficult in the sense of it was demanding too much hands-eye coordination for me, that I was hitting a wall and I was just not interested in dealing with that wall, if that makes sense. Um, It might be interesting to add in accessibility features to make some of those levels a little more easier then. Perhaps the aforementioned like time stops when you're doing um, the launching, or alternatively, just like slow down the game by a lot. But anyways, those are just some ideas. Cool. I did enjoy the parts where I can. Um, the last two levels were really taxing. The last two levels I played for this stream was a little taxing to me. Nice. Vaguely creepy, but it's not a horror game. So is Poly Rogue online? This might be the last one. Yes. Before I go though, um, is Poppet Ginger Beardy? Oh no, wait, Ginger Beardy guy is on. I didn't notice you on there. I'm sorry. Since your submission is first, I am prioritizing on this. And then I don't see Nguyen 55 or uh, Brainoid games either. So sorry, Polyrogue, I got you hyped up, but I'm starting with Poppet. So I actually did download this game earlier. Uh, Here we go with a hotfix. Let me grab some water first. As a self, oh, whoops. As a self-employed paranormal exorcist, use a combination of investigative tools and deduction skills to identify the nature of malevolent spirit possessing puppets before the entities become too powerful to control. So yeah, Polyrogue, thanks for checking out our stream. Apologies for that. But yeah, Gingy beardy guy. We're gonna check this out. How to play. Puppets initially appear lifeless but gradually exhibit eerie behavior as the spirit's power grow. They may subtly move when the player isn't looking. Make faint noises like whispers or screams. Switch off lights or drain your power supply. All of your electronic devices require power to operate. The crank located in the back room can be rotated to generate power and maintain your supply so devices stay functional. The EMF and blacklight can be placed in charge pad to replenish batteries. Euler Moses, probably. This is going to be our last game. Use a ghost tracker to help identify clues from paranormal activity and figure out the ghost types that occupies a puppet. Once identified, place the puppet into the specially equipped microwave, close the door, select ghost type using dial, then press the button to exercise a spirit. A new puppet will appear at the table after you have guessed correctly. How many spirits can you survive to get through the night? Guessed incorrectly or take too long, you die. Cool. I don't, no idea based off of that description what I'm going to be dealing with. Only mouse and keyboard. WASD to move the character, mouse to move the camera, tab to open the ghost tracker sheet, E to pick up. Uh? Oh, it's just this, huh? Credits. Cool. Matt Campbell, Caleb McSack, Philippe Laura, and Quentin Lacuna. Oh, okay. That is some posturizing. So we're supposed to move character, put you in a microwave? Okay. Tab tracker. It's a banshee. I don't know what that means. E. Cool. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. You died. Hi. Okay, so there's a puppet here, and we need to figure out what the heck is going on. Um, messes with objects, moves around. Okay, so the lights went out. So the lights went out. Uh, power surges, so that brings it down to either um, Banshee, Demon, Phantom, or Poltergeist. It's not moving, so that's interesting. I mean, I clicked that, so... messes with objects. Power surges, moves around. Freezing temperatures. I haven't noticed freezing temperatures yet. Um, black light symbols. Why can I not drop this light? Okay, now I can. I don't see any black light symbols, so that's probably means uh I'm going with Banshee. Cool. I don't understand what's going on. Oh, so you move around. Cool. You even make spooky noises. Wait, they may subtly move when the player isn't looking, make faint noises like whispers. I think I'm the only one with a game on the list here. No, ginger beardy guy is on. Um, the crank located in the back can be rotated to generate power and maintain your supply so devices remain. The EMF and the black light can be placed. on the charge pad to replenish their batteries. What's the charge pad? I don't understand. Yeah, I understand the concept. I don't understand how to register with the um move character mouse uh tab, open that. Like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to interact with the microwave itself. That's my biggest concern right now. Um, and what's the charging pad? Like, I don't get that. What is the charging pad? Where is the charging? Oh, this is the charging pad. Oh, hi. Oh, I saw you move there, so that's cool. Um, moving around. That I don't see any. I don't think I saw any. I got stuck in there. That's cool. Don't see any symbols. Why am I not allowed to drop this off? Okay. Why can I not pick you up? Okay, now I can pick you up. That's interesting. Why can I not interact with you? Okay, cool. Um, messes with that objects. So you're probably a banshee. I'm gonna say you're a banshee. Why can I not drop you? Okay. So what was that? That was either okay. EMF level 5. Hmm. Not sure what's going on. Okay, there's fives all over the place, so that's cool. The whole, like, there's only a few things I can interact with is really annoying me right now. Like, I pick this up and then I'm not allowed to interact with the light anymore. Why? That doesn't feel intuitive to me. Why can I not open the microwave, for example? Okay. Why do I okay, why do I have to hover over that square to place the uh, puppet? That also doesn't feel like it makes a lot of sense to me. Um, there's a genuinely interesting idea in here, but I'm just annoyed at how the user interaction side of things is wholly unintuitive to me. Um, power surges, freezing temperatures don't feel that. Um, uh, I'm sorry, I don't get it. Um, like, I think if you started with a smaller level where there's only two possible different type of puppets, and then like you have the player decide and tutorialize it in such a way that you go through the step-by-step process of here's how to take the puppet, stuff it into a microwave, and dot ta-da, you're done. Like I feel like if that was in there, I would have been able to discern what I was supposed to do. But I don't because but there was like so many choices uh towards the end. There was so many choices that I had to make that I couldn't discern which one was the correct one. I I frankly I just didn't know how to even put the puppet into a microwave, select the right choice, and then close the door to exercise it. I don't think I even got the wrong answer, let alone the right answer for exercising a puppet. So, something to tell me how to do that beyond this description. Maybe a video might have helped. Definitely a tutorial would have helped. Um, and then like escalate the difficulty of the game. So, now you can add in like a blacklight element and tell you like, oh, this is something to be concerned about and so forth. Like I said, there's an actually compelling idea in here about creepy things happening in the house and trying to figure out how to deal with the situation that you're in. But the way it is now, trying to interact with the game itself was a struggle to me, let alone discerning what the heck was going on. Um, Sorry, but we did play it. Uh, I know. I know Polyrogue just went off, so that leaves um Wendell Scordia and Mike and the rest. I don't see Mike and the rest here. I don't see Brainoid Games. I will do one more game. And I see Wendell Scardia being online, so it'll be the Petri Plate Pop Puree. Uh, I think I screwed up there. Yeah, that doesn't feel right. Yeah, that doesn't feel right. I must have screwed up something. Okay. Let's bring this, whoops, let's bring this revision back, restore this version. Yep. Um, we did play this. There. All right. And then this says if you have an NES emulator lying around, you may prefer to use that, but this game already runs inside a WebGL emulator on itch.io just fine. No full screen though. Fair. On this NES Famicom game, you're a laboratory assistant. Your laboratory is studying some microscopic creatures in the Petri plates. They have been contaminated by imposter organisms, which try to mimic the real creatures. You need to examine these Petri plates with microscopes and inject antibiotics on the imposters. Oh, okay. You can recognize an imposter by looking at the creature on the plate. They should be one or more features in common, but the imposters don't have the same features. Um, for example, you may notice all creatures are squarish with two fangs, uh, except for the round guy, and another one with small teeth. Exterminate these. After eliminating all imposters, you get to see the whole plate. Get to the next. Let's get to the next one. When the time is up, or you make too many mistakes, your performance will be evaluated. Can you do the job? Cool. We said no full screen though, so zoom in it is. The music is amazing. X and Z can be used to start the game and to inject. Arrow keys remove the lens. Okay. Oh, that's an X. Nice. Okay. That makes sense. X. Nice. Oh, that's colored differently. Nice. There were 2 mistakes. What? Okay, they can be different colors. Okay, so it looks like I need to discern when the pattern, like, I need to discern a pattern at all. So right now I'm seeing X bodies. So like same color. These all look like the same color to me. I'm going with color. And it looks like I'm right. Do. Nice. This being an NES and requiring to use XZ and the arrow keys is really unintuitive. Is it color again? I do like the scope. That actually is a really cool feature. Um, the timer just being at the top kind of makes it hard for me to see like how badly I'm performing. Okay, looks like square. Uh, Most of the game came out of me trying to make a scope on the NES. I see. Wait, what? Hooray! Okay, I'm gonna call it here, but... Right. Actual comments. Ludum Dare, tiny creatures. Press start. Petri plates. Pop puree. Um... Oh, this menu music is interesting. I don't know how to feel about that. The music and the sound effects are actually pretty darn good. I actually like the retro vibes behind this. Um, like it's a game. There's a part where the difficulty kind of ramps up a bit. There's first off, like the first few levels, you did this really good thing. Um, like you did this really good thing about making practically all the non-imposters exactly the same, and then having the imposters be like just slightly different. That's like a really good way of priming the user. And then there was that one place where like, there were different discernible differences between the uh other bacterias, and just like you were supposed to discern a pattern out of it. The transition from exact sameness to that some you know some differences allowed was not immediately obvious to me. It would have been nice if there was some sort of like stage, set one complete, moving on to set two or something like that, to kind of discern and indicate like something's a little different. It was a little weird that the mistakes carried over from one stage to another. Maybe you can have mistakes only carry over on a set instead. That might make it a little less stressful. Um, but yeah, cute idea. I did say earlier, and this is more like a hardware problem. The use of the arrow keys is unintuitive to me. um, I kind of prefer being able to use a mouse instead, right, to control the scope location. But whatever. It's a restriction you put on yourself. Fine. I'm not here to complain about that. um, and like really, the fact that like you have a limited view and have to make some split second risky decisions is actually like an interesting mechanic, in my opinion. Um, yeah, there's something interesting in here that could be further explored, preferably in a more advanced hardware than the NES, if I'm to be completely honest. Um, Colors were readable, symbols were fairly readable. Um, yeah, I could try messing with support of SNES mouse, but I don't even know if the emulator supports it. The the part that the visuals are fine, is what I wanted to say. Um, you might want to take into consideration color blindness, because some of it was color related, and it may have been a little difficult for a colorblind person to play through the game. Um, oh right, I remember now. The When I got it right versus when I got it wrong, there wasn't a clear indicator for that. When I fired on, a bacteria, right? Um, I guess what I mean to say is, if there is at least a sound effect, or perhaps a check mark on the right ones versus the wrong ones directly on the bacteria itself, stuff like that would have probably helped. Because it was hard for me to keep track of how many mistakes I've made. But there is a different sound effect for the right and wrong shots. Then maybe it wasn't immediately obvious to me. I don't know. I For some reason, when I got it wrong, it didn't register that I got it wrong. That was like the big one, I thought. It's fine. I thought it was a pretty... It's a good exploration of the scope design, in my opinion. Cool. Well, let's start calling it. I did say... Oh, before I do that, I don't want to have that zoomed in all the way. There we go. Or at least show the real imposter after the game is over. Oh, I like that idea. Cool. Um, I guess Chris and I will talk about what will happen next week. I believe we will be streaming next week, even though, as I understood it, Ludum Dare judging will be done by then. Still, really enjoyed these set of games this time around. It did kind of start with some of the more polished games very quickly in the beginning, but anyways, yeah. Hopefully you can check us out next week when again we'll talk. We'll figure out who will be next hosting this specific stream. Hopefully, I wasn't too critical of your games. Some of it I did end up a little frustrated, and I don't know if that came through harshly or not. But apologies for that. Like I did actually enjoy the game. Otherwise, and then the puppet one, like I definitely would have liked a more guided experience with that one because there's something there, but for something there, I didn't see it. I didn't really understand it. Trico, haha, don't worry about it. All the kinds of feedback is precious, even the most brutal ones. Thank you, appreciate it. What else should I bring up? Yeah, as mentioned earlier, we stream regularly on Saturdays, but next week is the continuation of the Ludum Dare before hopping back to our usual program. I believe it has already been done, but there's been a celebration speech about our 10-year anniversary, so that's a pretty amazing milestone for the Sakurai game space. I don't think it's broadcasted or anything like that. Sorry about that. But hey, 10 more years for us. And what else? I think that's mainly the big stuff to bring up. I don't know. Well, yeah. And then we are streaming this at the same time on YouTube for those watching it on Twitch. So we will post a link to the same post that on the Ludum Dare we've posted, hey, we're streaming. I will add a comment to that post with the original YouTube video so that you can check it out later if you missed anything. So, yeah. And I think those are it. Keep it up, keep jamming, and we'll see you next week. Bye.